Team member at dickandtrout.com. Dick and Trout Heating and Cooling. Come see the difference. Apply at dickandtrout.com.
Goldsmiths are essential to running a jewelry store, but they're extremely hard to find.
Goldsmiths can repair jewelry, set diamonds, resize rings, and create beautiful, one-of-a-kind pieces of custom jewelry.
Most jewelry stores do not have an in-house goldsmith.
But Kessler's has 18 wonderful goldsmiths working in our 9 Kessler stores.
The average Kessler's goldsmith has more than 15 years of full-time experience.
And that's not counting all the apprentice goldsmiths and jewelry designers.
Our goldsmiths repair a lot of jewelry that we did not sell.
Bring us your broken jewelry and we'll bring it back to life.
When you see a woman with an extremely attractive, very distinctive engagement ring,
You can safely assume that it's a custom-designed, one-of-a-kind ring made by the goldsmiths at Kessler's.
When your relationship is special, you need a special engagement ring.
if you want something that's breathtakingly one of a kind,
Come to Kessler's.
For the location of the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Catholic Memorial Football lives here. The Crusaders are marching to Madison.
Williams Jr., who's straight up the middle with a first down and more.
Catholic Memorial battles Mount Horeb-Barneveld in a postseason showdown you can't miss. The drive to win a state title continues, and we've got every snap. Brought to you by R&R Insurance, D&M Accounting and Consulting Services, Curative Care, Home Sealed Exteriors, and Tony Wendorf and Associate. Tune in Friday at 7 on 94.5 ESPN and streaming live video at ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
It looks like the sun came up, and then all of a sudden they could see all the disabled vehicles that are off on the side of the road. They're out of traffic, though, most of them. Actually, all of them. Westbound 94 at Mitchell Boulevard, off on the right shoulder. We do have delays, but they're pretty typical right now from just before 27th Street to that point. We've got another one on southbound 43 right around Silver Spring. Again, out of traffic, off on the right shoulder. Another one in the Plainfield curve on northbound 4394, off on the right shoulder. That one doesn't really have any delays to it, so we're good there. As far as delays are concerned, eastbound 94 is backing up from the Zoo Interchange to Hawley Road. Northbound on 41 is backing up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, partly cloudy skies, windy with a high of 56. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee, a Good Karma Brands radio station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So I'm like, all right, the call. All right, I'm like, because I'm, afraid of my wife. And I just tried to spin it, which I sold half of it.
I'm here to tell you that we are closing this Scranton branch.
I don't understand.
The board voted last night to close your branch.
On whose authority?
I sold it with anger.
I want to hear the spin
I'm like,
job.
you kidding me? Waste sucks. You sent me to the wrong place, went downtown, couldn't find it. Oh, and I smashed my windshield.
Are you okay?
Great. Amazing. Best physical condition of my life.
What did Jan want?
Nothing. Just checking in.
Wait, you tried to bury it? You tried to bury it?
Well, what would you do? Yeah, I can't come right. I'm like, if I came right out with it,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to talk anymore. So I had to. She knew I was, quite upset.
I can't tell you.
What can't you tell me?
Nothing. Pam, what difference does it make? We'll be gone in a few weeks anyway.
What?
What?
Michael, what's going on?
Listen up, everybody. I have some news. All I can do right now is put on a brave face and go out there and be their leader. It's over.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark
active day yesterday, approaching the trade deadline in the NFL. My phone just kept buzzing with Adam Schefter updates. Adam Schefter, Adam Schefter, Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter's going to join Jen, Gabe, and Chewy in about 25 minutes. So stick around for that. And yet the Packers stand pat. Did not make any moves, did not make any trades. And you could certainly make the argument that there are several positions that the Green Bay Packers are in need of bolstering their depth chart, right? We obviously know about the injury to Tucker Kraft, so tight end right now becomes a position of concern. We've had concerns about the cornerbacks all season long. Chewy, are you surprised or disappointed that the Packers did not make a move at the deadline, that they decided to stand pat with what they got?
Can I ask you a question first?
Yeah.
Why is the lettering on your shirt backwards on my camera? Or what is that? Is that supposed to say Homestead?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, so is he seeing the three?
Yeah.
And he's confused?
It's a 2 and a 3. I don't even know where they are on here. It's a 2 and a 3, and I believe it's supposed to be the S and the E.
Yeah.
Because it was for 2023. It's an old sweatshirt. I mean, by a couple years.
I'm like, does the camera like reverse things like a mirror?
Did you notice that all the other letters?
All the other
my
letters
gosh.
were fine.
I did notice that. I did notice that. I didn't know what was going on, to tell you the truth.
I'm just trying to show a little support for the hometown team, undefeated in the playoffs, making a run.
Going to level 3.
Here we go.
Okay. I just wanted to know if I was losing it. You know, I've been wearing glasses for the last couple of years,
Don't you need to have it in order to lose it?
And I wouldn't use that as an indicator one way or another, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay, fair. Now to your question. There's a little bit of folding of the tent. A little bit. Half a cup. Half a cup of folding of the tent.
Season's over. Fold it up.
No, it's just, you know. You lose your best weapon on offense outside of Jordan Love. The corner position is close to a train wreck. I don't know. I mean, Gabe, since trading started, there have been a lot of corners that have been traded. Been a lot of corners that have been traded. You think Asante Samuel Jr. is coming in here and, this is like Micah Parsons. My question, why isn't anyone else signing him?
Okay, so a couple of things here. Asante Samuel we're going to get into a little bit later. But the corners that got traded, outside of Sauce Gardner, which the Packers obviously were not going to do.
Because he went for 2 first-round picks.
Yes, which is insane. He basically went for the same thing that Micah Parsons did. Just crazy town to me.
So what does that tell you? Hold on, what does that tell you?
That the Packers got a heck of a deal for Micah Parsons?
Yes, I agree.
That's what it tells me.
Yeah.
So the other corners that went Chew are all going to be playing the slot. They're all interior corners. None of them, to the point that one of the corners that the Eagles traded for is going to bump Cooper DeJean outside, and DeJean has been so good in the slot, but they're going to bump him outside and start the other guy in the slot.
And perhaps you're familiar with one of the other corners that the Eagles traded for, Jair Alexander.
I was about to say, I stand corrected, Jen. He is the other outside corner that got traded. So the 2 corners that play the outside position that the Packers are looking for.
You know what, though?
One went for 2 first rounds, and the other was Jair. Do you really think they were going to go?
I would almost take Jair back here. I would almost take him back.
No.
Yes.
But you know what almost would means?
You wouldn't.
That you wouldn't.
I mean, they're an injury away from a train wreck at that position. If you think Bull Melton, who 3 months ago switched from receiver to is going to be able to cover Smith and A.J. Brown, as Homer would say back in the day, you're smoking crack with your grandmother.
But you're a little at the mercy of what's available, right?
I know, but
maybe almost entirely at the mercy of what's available. You can't just build a corner like Build-A-Bear.
Good corners are hard to come by, which is why Sauce Gardner ultimately goes for 2 first-round picks.
Jermichael Finley, one of the best Packer tight ends to ever play for Green Bay, had a neck injury, and they would not touch him with a 10-foot pole. If they sign Asante Samuel Jr., that is done out of desperation times 10. Times 10.
Mm-hmm. Because we will talk about Asante Samuel Jr. in depth as the show goes on.
I'm just saying, for someone that had a neck injury, I was done. I was cooked. It's over. And just because you get the thing repaired, you know, it's still an extreme weak point, okay? And it's very vulnerable. And I can tell you this, if he does come here, because we did it with Dion, every run play, we are running at Dion if they were going to play cover 2, because then it's one less man. He ain't going to stick his head in there 8 months after having surgery on that. It just ain't going to happen.
Well, again,
so,
I think we've addressed that the key needs for this team are tight end, obviously, with the injury to Tucker Kraft, and cornerback because we've been concerned about depth and talent at that position all season long. But again, not a lot on the shelves, man. You know, it's not like you can just build a cornerback. You can't just go out there and say, oh, we need to manufacture one. You're at the mercy of what was available. Now, David Njoku, I did hear that there were some rumblings. I think I mentioned that earlier this week from a tight end standpoint after Tucker Kraft went out. That intrigued me a little bit, gotta be honest, but not enough to be like, let's pull the trigger on it. And this always reminds me of that quote, and I know I've used it a million times, and it is secondhand, but Dario, my husband, was doing a thing with Bill Polian at ESPN, and Bill Polian said, just because you're thirsty for lemonade, don't bite a lemon. And that would be what they would have had to have done to go out and get somebody, because there just wasn't anyone available that would have been a surefire, great fit, and was worth giving up what they would have had to give up.
Yeah, but when you own a lemonade company, sometimes you got to bite the lemon. I'm sorry. Because this season is Super Bowl or bust. That's it. You go get Micah Parsons, you win a Super Bowl. That's all I'm saying. I mean, do you guys like the way Howie Roseman does business?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's been very successful.
He may seem a little reckless at times. You know, he just doesn't value draft picks, and I don't understand what the value of draft pick is, other than Goody's way of staying uber young for a team. Well, I don't get it.
Okay.
And I would like to know the hit rate. Hold on, Gabe. I'd like to know the hit rate that where 4th or 5th rounders are on a roster for at least 3 years. I bet it's small. So if you're going to trade a 5th round pick for how do you say his name? Njoku?
David Njoku, yes.
Okay. Njoku, he's already proven. So the hell with the 5th round pick.
But a couple of things here, Chu. So first and foremost, Njoku's a free agent at the end of the year. So I'm guessing the Packers would rather have Tucker Kraft than David Njoku. How long would it take Njoku to become acclimated?
You do it. Well, he's in shape because he's playing football.
Yeah,
but you start him off. You start him off with 15, 20 plays. You start him off with 15, 20 plays, just like Parsons.
So how much does it take him to be?
By the time games became really relevant, he would be fine.
So this game this weekend's not relevant?
I'm saying when you need to make a run and get hot for the Super Bowl, he would be ready.
And
that's all I'm saying.
And the point of the draft picks is once you and this is what's really going to be interesting to me in Philly. Now, Philly has actually compiled a ton of draft picks. So some of the picks that they've traded away, it's because they've had like 3/3 and a couple of seconds because they've made some pretty savvy moves getting rid of some other players. And if they were in the position the Packers were in, where they basically just had their own draft picks, I don't think he would have been as aggressive, because when you are paying, like Philly is, you are paying 7 of the top 100 salaries in the NFL. You do need cheap labor on the back end of that roster, and that's what those draft picks are. That is the lowest cost that you can have for people filling out the back part of your roster. And as the Packers have paid Jordan Love, the Packers have paid Micah Parsons, the Packers have paid Zach Tom, and they have more guys, obviously, that they want to pay. If they want to pay Tucker Kraft, if they want to keep climbing up the list of, hey, these are the core guys we're paying, you need the draft picks in order to fill out the back part of the roster.
For what it's worth, Yahoo Sports did compile the draft picks that each team has available for the 2026 NFL draft. Philadelphia Eagles have 10.
Yeah.
10 total picks by round in 2026. Chu, you want to wager, I guess, at how many the Packers have?
6.
7, so you're very close.
7.
And to Gabe's point, none in the first round.
Yep.
There's just sometimes you got to keep pace if you want to be the lead dog.
Well, again,
because
don't you think you'll get a really good indication this Monday, I guess this coming Monday, of if you're keeping pace or not?
Yeah, I'm going to be very interested to see the pivot this offense makes, where it goes to the run or it goes to more of 4 wides. Because Musgraves, I don't even know what he is after 3 years. I really don't.
He's a receiving tight end. Yeah, I think he's a big athletic tight end that he's a different type of receiver. Like, he's not going to be the yak guy that Tucker Kraft was. He's somebody that I think you want to kind of stretch the field with. Like, he's better.
He is, because he can't. To me, it seems that he has trouble processing, which happens. I mean, he just can't process like Tucker Kraft. He's more of a left foot, right, left, right, left, right. Okay, the left goes next to you when he runs. He has to think about running. I'm just saying, he's just he doesn't have the same process ability as Tucker Kraft has to find a hole and things like that. He's just very.
Yeah, I think you're going to see them mix things up in terms of, and again, everybody was pretty excited about Luke Musgrave after those first 10 games his rookie year, because he was on pace to have a pretty decent rookie season. And if they could try to find a way to recapture some of that magic, he's not the blocker, obviously, so I think they have to pivot to throwing the ball a little bit more with him on the field. Maybe you see in some different situations they bring a sixth offensive lineman on the field to run the ball a little bit better. That trend has been coming back in the NFL. I feel like it was around back in the the early 2000s, and now it's kind of come back. I think those are a couple of the different things that you're going to see the Packers do.
Is Golden going to play?
Yeah, I think he's good, right? Didn't they say he was good?
He's day-to-day. I don't know if that means he's good or not. But on Monday, LaFleur said he was more day-to-day than week-to-week. We'll get some sort of indication. I'm guessing at best he's limited in practice today. I have no idea.
Chew, there's nothing worse than getting a player or trying to get a player when you need a player, right? Because every other team in the league is going to take advantage of that desperation, right? Mm-hmm. Every team in the league knows that the Packers are down a tight end and that they're going to force them to overpay. Like, that's the other thing you have to take into consideration when you're in the position the Packers are in. And I know that the Packers don't want to overpay. It's certainly not something that Brian Gutekunst has shown, not a tendency that he has shown in his time in charge. If between those two positions, tight end and corner, Chew, if you had to choose, which one would you have said they should have gone after?
Just because I think there's more desperation with a corner, even though this is an offensive league. And you have to, look at the points like Seattle is scoring and the Rams are scoring. I think Seattle put up 38 this week. They're scoring a lot of points. But I think, like I said, they're one click away from, holy cow. But you know what the thing is? We knew this. And we talked about it during training camp. And we talked about it early in the season. It's just, we knew that this could be a problem, and it's a half a click away from being a problem.
Reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and text line this morning. Craig in the 443 says, I don't know why they didn't sniff at Michael Mayer, Zach Ertz, or Mark Andrews, pillage the bad teams. Isn't Michael Mayer on his rookie deal?
Mayer is on his rookie deal, but,
he plays not a lot because of Brock Bowers.
Brock Bowers is, the best tight end in football right now. I don't know if you saw what he did this Sunday. Holy crap, that guy is unbelievable. So, and they did. I saw some different reports yesterday that they were in talks with the Raiders to try to go get Michael Mayer. I don't think the Ravens would trade Mark Andrews, so that's an interesting one. So I think they were sniffing around trying to find something that made sense for them. But like you said, Goody wasn't going to be taken advantage of. Like, if the Raiders went, yeah, sure, give us a third-round pick for Michael, they weren't going to do that. If the Browns said, hey, we need a third-round pick for David Njoku rental, Goody wasn't going to do that. So
but then you look at Gabe. Then you look at the tight end position as well, and Musgraves is a guy that's been hurt.
Yeah,
Fitzgerald or Fitzpat, he can't block an artery, so that's going to hurt the run game if there's an injury there. So it's.
Should we maybe get his name right?
Yeah, he's a third tight end. They don't really need.
Well, not anymore. He's the second tight end now.
Oh, that's true. All right, what's his name?
I feel.
Let's call him Fitzmagic Light.
As a radio station, we tend to get backup tight end names wrong. Going back to when
generally speaking.
Yeah, just generally speaking. Just they don't get a ton of respect around here.
800-990-3776. Your reaction to the Packers standing pat at the deadline. Do you consider it a missed opportunity, or do you think it was smart restraint by the green and gold? Let us know, 800-990-3776. I just don't think there was anything out there that they were willing to pay for. And I don't necessarily interpret standing pat as waving the white flag. I think they thought they had a good team going into this season. I think we have seen flashes of them being a good team. Do you have to regroup? Do you have to recalibrate? Obviously. But I still think this is a team that can contend if they can start putting stretches of good football together Easier said than done, I'm sure.
Well, with this group already, Jen, we know that their best is as good as anybody else's in the league.
That's correct.
We already know that. So I don't think that there's any folding of the tent, waving of the white flag. It's just trying to figure out how you can get the consistency out of these guys. Because adding one corner, adding one tight end, if you truly feel like this team is like they're not one corner or one tight end away, right? Like if they traded for David Njoku, it's not like Chewy, you're waving the flag, going, "Hey, Super Bowl contenders again! Here we go!" Like they're not just one player away.
Yeah, they can be as good as anyone with Tucker Kraft. I don't know how good they can be without. I'm sure they can be good.
Yeah,
I don't know if they can be very good without Tucker Kraft.
Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Continue on the show, but let us know 800-990-3776. Missed opportunity or smart restraint by the Green and Gold to stand pat at the trade deadline yesterday. And don't forget, we've got Adam Schefter coming up in about 10 minutes. We can ask him all of your trade deadline questions as well. AccuTrans is a veteran-owned business dedicated to providing unmatched corporate, personal, and event-related transportation that you will use again and again. How do I know this? Because I use them over and over again, especially for my transportation needs during college football season. Corporate travel, weddings, group events. I know you got some holiday parties coming up. They're on the calendar. You might want to use AccuTrans to cater to that occasion as well. Booking is easy, safe, and dependable. Visit their website at AccuTransGroup.com to get a quote or book a reservation today. That's AccuTransGroup.com for reliable and safe transportation anywhere.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
94 eastbound, handling things pretty well so far on our first day of major construction. Lane restrictions. It is a little backed up out of the Zoo interchange heading towards Hawley Road. After that, it kind of opens up and you're okay. The westbound side of 94, we've got backups basically from 35th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. So pretty typical stuff. Southbound on 41, heavy right around the Good Hope Road curve there, and also northbound backing up from Mayfair Road up to Burleigh. Traffic is brought to you by Infinity Exteriors, dedicated to saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Mother Nature can be unpredictable. Your roof, siding, and windows shouldn't be. We install peace of mind with transparency and quality guaranteed. Visit infinityexteriors.com. And check out the TMJ4 Storm King forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, windy, a high of 56 tonight. Clear and cool, a low of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
You know what goes great with the delicious taste of victory? The superior taste of a Michelob Ultra. Just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Join me, Will Summers, in the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team this Friday at Bullwinkles in Brookfield as the Bucks take on Chicago at 7 p.m. We'll have prizes, ice-cold Michelob Ultra, and a chance for you to win a pair of Ultra Club Bucks Suite tickets for a game later this season. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of your Milwaukee Bucks. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, Club Paragon in Greenfield, and Deer Camp in Milwaukee.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Empower. Jen has ordered a decadent seafood tower, king crab legs, lobster tails, and a waterfall of caviar. Pricey? You bet. But Jen worked with Empower on her savings and investment strategy and planned for splurges like these. She got good at money, so she can be a little bad. Ooh, champagne. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Past performance is not indicative of future returns. Investing involves risk. You may lose money. Advisory services are provided for a fee by Empower Advisory Group, LLC, EAG, a registered investment advisor with the Securities and Exchange Commission. OMG, those shrimps are really jumbo.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh, Okay, so like everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are like so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check if they're going for it on 4th down, before going to the concession stand.
Yeah, give me 3 hot dogs, 2 jumbo
Touchdown, baby! What?
Hey, buddy, you want cheese with those?
Yeah, checking first is smart.
No.
So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
He hates the ending of all comedies. Apparently doesn't like happy endings.
I love happy endings. Don't take it that far.
Muy
bueno.
Maybe that's a vote for Groundhog Day for you.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Let me tell you about our good friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, because when it comes to your home, the smart play, of course, is trusting Gina Della and her team at Pella. This month, you can score a whole house of new, energy-efficient Pella windows for as low as $297 a month, with 0% interest for up to 72 months. That's a drive you can sustain for years, keeping your home comfortable thanks to incredible defense played by Pella Windows, stopping all the drafts. I've trusted Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, just the latest of the army we have here at ESPN Wisconsin that does. You should as well. So don't wait. Schedule that free consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Interesting question here posed by John in the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always stream the show on our YouTube page. It's ESPN Milwaukee. He says, I'm curious, would you rather give up the 2 first-round picks for Micah Parsons or Sauce Gardner? So let's go into this like hypothetical situation where the Packers do not have Micah Parsons on the roster, and you have your 2 first-round picks still.
Yep.
Which of those 2 talents would you rather use those 2 first-round picks on?
Micah Parsons twice every day, 7 times on Sunday.
I'll give you a third for Micah if Sauce costs 2.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you a 3rd first rounder.
Yeah.
Correct.
Chew?
Oh, yeah. Hands down. Could you imagine if they didn't have Parsons? Ooh.
I'd prefer not to.
No.
So if, please don't ask me to do it again. I'd prefer not to. Because, again, it goes back to me, there are 2 positions in football that can just impact everybody else on your side of the ball. Obviously, on the offensive side, it's quarterback. Can impact everybody else. Like, his play can raise everybody else around you. That's what the pass rush does on the defensive side. And if you have a really good one, if you have Micah, if you have Myles Garrett, TJ, if you have one of these guys, it impacts everybody else around you. We've seen it with Rashawn Gary. Like, Rashawn Gary's getting more opportunities and coming through because he's getting more one-on-ones because all the attention has to go to Micah Parsons. Like, there's not a cornerback out there. As great as Deion Sanders was, if we're going to call Deion the greatest cover corner of all time, like, there's still only a finite amount of time Deion could cover.
Yeah.
Right? And the pass rush, if Micah gets home quickly, that forces the quarterback to throw faster. The corners don't have to defend as long. Everybody else just it impacts everybody else around you. If you have one of those game-breaking pass rushers, that's not true at the cornerback position.
My gut was telling me that Sauce Gardner was significantly younger than Micah Parsons. Not the case at all. Sauce Gardner 25, Micah Parsons 26, and I agree with you. Micah Parsons has the ability to impact all of those other positions. Right? The linebackers end up having a better chance of making plays. You know, 2nd level, 3rd level, et cetera, et cetera. So it's almost like having Micah Parsons elevates. And I don't mean they elevate him to a Sauce Gardner level, but elevates the guys who are playing the defensive back position for the Green Bay Packers. I agree with you, having Micah Parsons is better. And I do think that as frustrating as it has been at times to watch some of these cornerbacks, Nate Hobbs, they have played fine. It hasn't been great. It hasn't been spectacular. It has been fine. Even Keyshawn Nixon bounced back from a crappy first half of football against the Steelers to kind of lock it down late in that game. So you have seen that they obviously can get the job done. Micah Parsons will always demand attention. For that reason, I think I agree with you guys. Micah Parsons is the pick there to answer John's question on the YouTube stream. 800-990-3776. Are you okay that the Packers stood pat at the deadline? Was there anybody that you wish that they had gone after? And here's the other way of looking at this, guys. Brian Gutekunst decides not to make a trade at the deadline. Is that a vote of confidence in Jordan Love? Is that a vote of confidence in the pieces that they have collected? You may make the argument, Gabe, that he's an unreliable source. He's an unreliable, right? He's the one who built the roster. So
I don't think it's a vote of confidence because I think Goody was active yesterday. I think Goody wanted to try to make a deal yesterday. Nothing came to fruition, right? So I don't think it was, well, the Packers didn't make a move. And I know the video was making its rounds yesterday with a number of different Packers beat writers putting out the old Mike McCarthy. Oh, trade deadline? Was that next week? Oh, it's today? Oh, that's what it's like. In terms of what the trade deadline was like under the previous regime. So I think Goody was active yesterday. There just wasn't a deal that he felt was in the best interest of the team short-term and long-term.
And I think you can interpret that, Chewy, as also not giving in to the desperation, right? Yeah, it's a bad situation to be in to lose Tucker Kraft. It's a bad situation to be in to think that maybe you missed on Nate Hobbs and that cornerback unit needs help. But I also don't think that you were going to overpay because teams know that you need guys at those spots.
I think Goody loves his draft picks too much because he cannot get off of for whatever reason, we need to be the youngest team in the NFL. And that's why he keeps his draft picks, which is hurting him a little bit. You know, some young guys are making mistakes out there, which I don't know why he's just so hung up on that. It seems like it's a badge of honor for him every year, you know. And this is a time, let me tell you what, we talked about leadership yesterday. This is kind of a time when you need veteran leadership, and we are questioning what kind of leadership the veterans are giving this team. So, I don't know. I think he gets a little hung up on that, where he's a little delusional in offering certain late-round picks for decent players, and I think that's why stuff doesn't get done.
DJ in the Saw weighing in saying, I don't think Goody has the luxury to stand pat and not make any moves. Policy is breathing down his neck. Goody's going to find himself on the couch eating Cheetos every Sunday next year if he doesn't grow a pair. If I were him, I'd have the F them picks attitude to save my job. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on right after this. We've got Adam Schefter coming up next. Stick around.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Delays along 94 eastbound, basically from the Zoo interchange all the way to Hawley Road. After that, it actually kind of opens up. You're good to go all the way into the Marquette. On the westbound side, we got backups from 17th Street all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. Usual delays on northbound 41 from Mayfair Road all the way up past Burleigh. Southbound's heavy right around Good Hope Road, and then again between Silver Spring and Hampton. Southbound 43 now starting to slow down a bit from just before Good Hope Road down to Bender, and that's pretty much it. It looks good all the way down to the Marquette. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner, dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, windy with a high of 56. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 35. Weather's brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. Easy and affordable apparel personalization with no minimums and fast turnaround. For all your printing needs, bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Thank you.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into nonstop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee's Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
People say buying a home in winter is tough.
But fewer buyers means less competition, and motivated sellers can mean better opportunities.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber.
And I'm Lindsay Bendler. When the perfect home appears, our team at Tony Wendorf & Associates helps you move fast, even during the snow.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service by simply searching online, Tony Wendorf.
A real estate team that always leads with faith and gratitude.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
The
pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
Sundays are for football and carbless. Born in Wisconsin, carbless handcrafted premium cocktails are packed with flavor, not sugar. 0 carbs, 0 sugar, just 100 calories, and gluten-free. Whether you're tailgating in Green Bay or calling the plays from your couch, carbless is the cocktail that's always game day ready. Crisp, clean, and crafted to win. This season, drink like a champion. Drink Carbless, a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
Homer here for Window Nation's end-of-the-year sale. This November, you'll save big with 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% financing for 5 years. Window Nation's proven quality windows are so good, you'll actually save money on lower utility bills and come with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation even has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got? They're going with another move.
And he was the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
A great day to have Adam Schefter on the show as he can react to all of the moves that occurred at the trade deadline yesterday. Good morning, Adam. How are you?
Good morning, guys. How we doing?
I haven't chatted with you in a bit. I've been traveling on a lot of Wednesdays. In fact, there was some guy in the Carbless Talking text line that said 3 days in a row of Jen. All right. What was the NFL trade that surprised you the most yesterday?
Sauce Gardner. Because the New York Jets just signed him to a 4-year, $120+ million contract in July. And now, 3+ months later, you're trading that guy. So that was unexpected. And in fact, at one point, Sauce tweeted out the news initially. He said, there's a tweet of his. It says something like, "It's been real in New York," with a green heart emoji. And so, like, yeah, what's that? Like, I was in a chat with a couple of friends, like, is he traded? And my friend's like, no, it's a joke. I'm like, okay, not a joke. Traded. So that was the one that surprised me. That was the one that really surprised me.
Adam, does Jerry Jones, with the moves he made yesterday, still think they're relevant this year, or were those moves made for down the line?
Chewy, those have to be down the line moves. I mean, they're moves that they hope can somehow, improbably boost this team this season. But they're 3-5-1. Mm-hmm. They're 3-5-1. So they've played 9 games. They have 8 more to go. If they won all 8, if they went 8-0 down the stretch, they'd make the playoffs. They have to win basically all games, right? In the NFC, with all the good teams that are in the NFC, they have to win all 8 probably, and they're just not good enough to do that. So, I mean, could they go 7-1 and get in? Yeah, I guess maybe. But those are moves that are made more. Well, they're made for now. N26.
Our conversations with Adam Schefter brought to you by Smart 18. Whether it's HVAC, sheet metal, or welding, Smart 18 members are trained to be the best in the business with top-tier wages, unbeatable benefits, and lifelong career support. It's not just a job, it's a career. Learn more at smart18.org and start building your future today. Adam, obviously the Packers did not make a move yesterday, but did you hear them? Were they sniffing around anybody in particular? Were they trying to be active and then just couldn't get a deal done?
Look, I think they made their move. They made the move in August. They traded 2 picks and a player for Micah Parsons. Like, you trade draft capital like that, you're not left with a lot more draft capital. Were they involved in calls? I'm sure they were. I never heard anything like, boy, you got to check on this. Like, I was hearing about the Jets for a couple of days, like, hey, you got to check into Quinnen Williams. And it was true. You got to check into Breece Hall. You got to check into Jermaine Johnson. You got to check into Quincy Williams. Like, the Jets were having calls. I never got that sense with Green Bay. I never heard any of that. Now, is it possible? Sure. But again, they didn't have a lot of draft capital after they made their move in August.
Adam, how are the Philadelphia Eagles doing this? How do they keep acquiring players and yet still have 10 draft picks for next year's NFL draft?
Well, first of all, Jen, I think they had 13 at the start of the season, 13 picks, if I'm not mistaken. And in some of these cases, they trade for the player and wisely, I love this, they flip picks. So you're giving up your 6 for a player and a 7. Like, I'll move back around, at that point in time. And still, to me, it's a free player. Like, you get a free chip on Jair Alexander. Like, why not take a flyer on the guy? And that's what they're really good at doing. Jalen Phillips, they traded a 3rd-round pick for to Miami. He's an edge rusher. He's a free agent after the year. So if and when he leaves, they'll get back a comp pick in 27. So they gave up a 3. Let's say they get back a comp 4 in 27. Like, okay, were you willing to trade a pick, 1 round in a draft a year? Yeah, for Jalen Phillips to give you a chance to, of course. Like, that's why they've been run as well as any organization in football and why they're so aggressive on things. And they're always trying to do more and more.
Adam, Asante Samuel Jr., I've heard the Packers are a team that is very interested, but a little backstory here. Packers steer away from guys with neck injuries, all right? I was older, had a neck injury, so it was easy to let me go. Jermichael Finley, in the prime of his career, had the neck fusion surgery, got cleared. Packers wouldn't touch him with his 10-foot pole. It's the same medical staff. I think it was under Ted Thompson, but Goody was a high up in the front office. If they do sign Asante, is that a sign of desperation?
Well, first of all, you're giving me conflicting messages. You're saying they're very interested, but you're saying that they would never sign a player like that. So which one is it?
Well, I don't know if they're very I'm just going – I haven't heard the Packers' comments. I don't know. I'm just going based upon what I'm reading from local reporters. I'm just saying it seems to me it'd be a complete pivot in policy because there's been other guys with neck injuries.
Well, Nick Collins comes to mind too, right?
Nick Collins, another one. It's
After
same medical
surgery.
staff, Adam. Same medical staff. This would seem a sign of desperation to me, and just how bad it is.
Well, first of all, it's one of two things. Number one, either the reports about the Packers' interest in him are a little bit exaggerated, number one. Or number two, his condition is a little bit different than the others. I don't think they're going to make an exception for Asante Samuel to bring him. I don't think that's what's happening. I don't think that's the case. Either his injury is a little bit different than the ones you're describing, which, again, we know how conservative the medical staff is, and that's a great thing. And I don't think they're changing their standards in any way, shape, or form for Asante Samuel. Or, I don't know, like I haven't heard the Packers linked to. I haven't checked on Asante Samuel. Like it's week 10. I've been in trade deadline world. So I'm not getting too fired up about players on the street, no disrespect in week 10. I understand yourself. Like I've been through. When's the last time a team added a player, week 10 or beyond, off the street, and the guy made it? Tell me when that happened.
No, I agree. That's why.
Maybe this is the local bias, but Andre Rison in 1996.
but I think you made his point by saying 1996.
That was the first one that popped in my head. The guy scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Wait, when did they sign him?
They signed him, Chewy. When did you guys sign him?
Yeah,
You guys signed him pretty
probably
late.
week 10, 11, probably 10, 11, 12, maybe.
So
Yeah.
20...
But he had just gotten released by Cleveland, Adam,
But
maybe
okay.
a couple weeks earlier. Yeah.
He was playing.
Yeah, he wasn't on the street for a year.
Well, you didn't say he had to be playing, Adam. You just said they got added late in the season.
Okay.
Talking about Andre Bad Moon Rising. Just wait till the summer, and Chewy will tell the story of Andre flying on the plane without a shirt. But Adam, so I believe you said 12 deals that you thought would be done. We ended up on the over, didn't we? I mean, the trade deadline is this. I feel like this was the most active NFL trade deadline that we've ever seen.
Well, it's funny. Well, it's not.
Really?
I made the comment on Sportsman, like I said it was 15, and I said I would take the over. And if you go back and look, before this year, in the month leading up to the trade deadline, the last 3 years there have been 18, 14, and 18 deals, and there were 18 deals again this year. 18. Now what's happened is, and it's interesting. I walked into one of the green rooms at ESPN yesterday, and there was Heather Dinich and Joey Galloway, and they're telling me about the trend in college football is coaches being fired now, and you know how this is going on, and we made somehow the correlation was made like 10 years ago there were 4 trades in the month leading into the deadline, but then more and more people saw that you could and should be doing it. Everyone was doing it, so everybody got involved, and so now it's truly become a frenzy, and now you're seeing it every year where teams make these moves. And we were saying, and I said to them, it's like what's going on in college. One program fires its coach midseason, another one does, another. All of a sudden, it becomes something that other teams feel like they're perfectly okay to do, and it's acceptable, and other people are doing it. We're going to do it too, and we need to get in on it. And so these things spread. The trading that's gone on, it's not going to decrease. It's only going to stay at this level of increase. The firings probably will increase. Or it'll be like this moving forward. There'll be a bunch of firings in season where schools don't mind eating the money. And things start happening, and they seem to stick for a while in sports.
Adam, this is all well and good, but I think we all are waiting to hear your opinion on the biggest story that came out yesterday in the sports space, which was, of course, that Tom Brady cloned his dog. Now, I don't know what kind of rich you got to be to clone your dog, but I got to guess, Adam, you're probably up there. I'm hearing it's about $50,000 to clone your animal.
My goodness. Well, first of all, it's funny you asked that question this morning, Jen, because my wife and I were watching TV, and they were having a story about Tom Brady and him cloning his dog. And we have 4 dogs, and we lost our dog in January, Benny, our beloved Benny. And like my wife is putting him on our holiday card. Like we were just literally, I was going over that with her when I walked in to do this show. And the story come on about, I'm like, how would you feel about that? Would you want Benny cloned? And you couldn't love Benny any more than we love Benny, or people love their dogs. And my wife said, I don't think I could or would do that. Like he had kidney cancer. He had a lot of issues with that. Like, you want to clone that and bring that back and recreate that? No. And the idea of cloning your dog, I don't know. I know some people are in favor. To each his own. It just seems a little, to me, I don't know. It doesn't feel natural to me. Yes. But I'm not good enough. Maybe there's something about it that it becomes a norm. And no, Jen, I don't care how much money you have. I'm not spending $50,000 to clone a dog. Okay.
I mean, it raised some eyebrows for sure, right? We all saw it and we went, "What the hell?"
Is that what it costs to clone a dog? $50,000? I had no idea.
I think it's got to be more than that, right? I just did a quick Google search saying how much does it cost to clone your dog. Now, Google might be catching up with the times too, right? Like I didn't really know that this was a thing that was available to the public. I mean, the very, very wealthy. I didn't know that either. Someone told me that yesterday, that she was also on the list of people who have cloned their pets.
Who was?
Paris Hilton.
Well, I mean, Adam, both you and Tom are Michigan men. Whenever you have the annual meeting, of all the famous Michigan alums, if you just sneak the question in, hey, by the way, saw this story. How much did it cost to clone your dog? Obviously be a little bit more, casual than I am with the question right now. But, you guys are both Michigan guys. You can get to the bottom of that.
You know what? Cloning, that's a whole other world.
I know. It's a Pandora's box, man. I mean, next people are going to be cloning spouses, right? Or children. Like, it just makes me very uncomfortable. It reminds me of Jurassic Park. What is the line, Gabe?
Just because you should?
Or just because you can
doesn't mean you should?
Yeah, this is they didn't stop to think if they should type of thing. All right, well, it's good to get your insight on that. I feel better about my position now that you agree with me.
We love our dogs. Love her. And the idea of I don't know.
I'm right there with you.
Doesn't feel right to me.
Nope.
To me, but again, I'm not as educated in that area. Like, I don't know what people know, so I want to say I'm speaking from a level of ignorance as well. I recognize that, but my wife and I this morning I don't think we could do that.
I also wonder if you get to a certain point where you have so much money, you're like, what am I going to do with this $50,000? Oh, you know what?
It's got to be more than $50,000.
Really?
I think it's got to be.
It was probably free.
Why,
for him
though? Why would it be?
He's an investor.
What the hell are they doing? They're just putting little this juice and this juice and.
Oh my God!
Chewy the scientist over here.
I tell you what, I had a lobster last night. I wish I could clone that thing because it was good.
Chewy, you can't. Did you go out? Did you go out to eat for the lobster?
No, I cooked it myself.
So go back. Where you buy it from?
It's at the market right down the road.
Well, guess what? You can go back to that market right down the road, buy it again, and cook it again.
All right, might do that.
Maybe next time you buy 2 lobsters instead of the one. I don't know. There's some very simple solutions.
Pay
to this
attention
problem.
how you season it, and you can clone it.
A lot cheaper to clone your lobster dinner than it is to clone a dog.
I'm sure it is.
I am seeing some sites here that say it is upwards of $100,000, which does feel.
Yeah, that feels more in the ballpark.
I agree.
I feel like $50,000 gets you in the door, and then they start adding up even more.
Adam, we appreciate you hanging out with us and dealing with all of our nonsense. Have a great one. We'll talk to you again soon.
Appreciate it.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates, First Weber Group, helps people make their own big moves every day. Trusted knowledge, superior service. They're the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, make the move and get in touch with Tony Wendorf and Associates.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
You know what goes great with the delicious taste of victory? The superior taste of a Michelob Ultra. Just 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. Join me, Will Summers, in the ESPN Milwaukee Street Team this Friday at Bullwinkle's in Brookfield as the Bucks take on Chicago at 7 p.m. We'll have prizes, ice-cold Michelob Ultra, and a chance for you to win a pair of Ultra Club Bucks Suite tickets for a game later this season. Michelob Ultra, the official beer sponsor of your Milwaukee Bucks. Also enjoy Michelob Ultra at 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee, Club Paragon in Greenfield, and Deer Camp in Milwaukee.
The pursuit of fair wages and top-of-the-line benefits is achieved when the right union has your back. The Sheet Metal Workers Labor Union is extremely diverse, representing Wisconsinites working HVAC, architectural metals, welding, specialty fabrication, and much more. Make great living wages with outstanding benefits, pensions, and apprenticeship programs in trained, safe working environments. The Sheet Metal Workers Union is a leading force in the revitalization of the labor movement in Wisconsin.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
Shorter days don't have to be so dismal. It's time to reach out and check in on those you care about and to remind ourselves that we are not alone. This month, don't wait to reach out. Whether you're checking in on a friend or reaching out to a therapist yourself, BetterHelp makes it easier to take that first step. Our listeners get 10% off their first month. Just call pound 250 and say the keyword timeout. That's keyword timeout after calling pound 250.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
Your fantasy roster is set. The Smack Talk is heating up, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing the ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Make the connection today with ESPN Bet Fan Center and the ESPN Fantasy app. ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
Host an unforgettable outing and create special memories with your crew at a Milwaukee Bucks game. Groups of 10 or more can score ticket savings, block seating, and take part in special activities on game days. Showcase your team's talents on center court, score a high five from the pros, and more. There are great options for groups of all sizes. Start planning your ultimate Bucks basketball game day experience today at bucks.com/groups. That's bucks.com/groups.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 2 windows, get 2 free, and 36 months of 0% financing plus a bonus $500 off. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000, and like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
The other side of the world, and I'll let you know if I want to come back and coach your little game.
He's Jay Peterman.
Ian Rappaport tweeting yesterday, and I thought this was interesting.
Oh, lady.
The Broncos the
That was
last 2
gibberish.
weeks. You guys done?
I got more.
On 94.5 ESPN.
This fall, you can take a trip to Jackpot Land at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee. Play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for a share of $300,000 each month. Entries into the December Jackpot Land drawings, where another $300,000 in cash and prizes is waiting to be won. Plus, your drawing entries from September, October, and November all count as well. It is only at Potawatomi. There is more information available online. Must be 21 years old and a rewards member to play. Wrapping up the first hour of the show, and I want to continue talking about this Tom Brady cloning of his dog. So for those who missed it yesterday, it was announced that Tom Brady reportedly cloned his dog, Lua. And obviously, I figured this was a rich person thing. Like, you got to have a lot of disposable income because I imagine it's expensive. The internet says it's about $50,000 to $100,000 to clone your dog. And it sounds like there are a lot of people out there who have done it. Maybe Tom Brady and Paris Hilton, just the most famous of them. I'm wondering.
I'm guessing it's got to be $100,000 because this isn't something you would go cheap on, right? Like, you don't want the cheap version of cloning your dog. You want the more
top
expensive.
tier,
Yeah.
top end.
Like, if you're going to spend the money, spend the money.
Right. Does this concern you, Chew, going forward, this idea of being able to clone living things?
It doesn't concern me so much in this country, but rogue countries, yes, it does. Scares me.
Wait, what's a rogue country? Like, you can go overseas, like the hair transplant thing where you go to Turkey and get your hair?
Kobe would go to Germany to get, like, the different surgeries that he needed.
Very little regulation, you know. I mean, look at Bob Sacramento. He said they were cloning sheep, Gabe, in Sweden or Holland or something like that. You know?
I think they were, right?
I mean,
famously.
The first.
I mean, I don't know what your take is, but I think Putin's a little nuts. You know?
Okay. Wasn't expecting this to get geopolitical.
Well, I mean, there's whack jobs out there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
you give them the technology and stuff, and they're all of a sudden cloning things they shouldn't clone.
All right, to move past this,
it's
cloning
kinda
of pets is probably the least of our concerns when you talk about massive weapons and things like that. But isn't it just weird to have something that ostensibly does not have the same consciousness as the previous animal and then recreating it based on the looks? Like, you're not going to be able to make the same exact dog that behaves the same exact way, even if you're cloning.
Are you talking about like a soul?
I'm just, like behaviorally.
Yeah.
Well, is this like a nurture versus nature type of thing you're talking about? Like, because the second pet is growing up at a different time and a different, like...
just chemically, it's like not possible to create exact replicas like that. Like, there are certain things that happen at certain points that influence everything.
So, like, breeders, obviously, they try to create, like, certain varieties of, whether it's the blue eyes and the gray coat and all of that type of stuff, right? And so they kind of do that, like, it's like a potion mixing.
Yes.
But, just the old-fashioned way.
Exactly.
The old-fashioned way.
I don't know why you needed to do the motion there.
Just in case people were only watching on the stream. The point is, like, what's the point of cloning if can't he just go back to the same breeder type of thing is what I'm saying. Like let's talk about Kirk Herbstreit, right? All of his dogs come from the same breeder. So all of his golden retrievers that you see, they are golden, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Are from our brothers, right? So like he has had such good experience with that one breed of dog from that breeder, from that lineage. He keeps going back to that well. Can't you just do that? You just
I would say that's the way that Herbie is doing it is the way that I would do it, not the way that Tom Brady is doing it.
I believe the discrepancy here is the dog, I believe, was like a mix and seemed to be a type of rescue. So that you cannot recreate.
It's more of a crapshoot, he's saying, to try to recreate. So if it's more about the breed, right, and you want to get that sort of breed, that sort of recipe down, I guess it makes a little more sense. I mean, slightly more sense. I'm certainly not sitting here going, well, now I've come aboard. Now I'm all in.
Well, but especially the way I guess Tom did it, if it was a rescue, like, why wouldn't you just then rescue again?
Well, because you want the same exact dog.
But that's not. But
you want the.
But
you
that's
want the
not how that
zombie.
works.
It's not.
It's not the exact replica.
Wouldn't you feel like there's a zombie walking around?
Yeah,
your house?
like I would look at that dog and like. The pain of losing the previous dog would just come flooding back.
It also reads incredibly greedy, okay? Yes. Just go out and get another dog like every average human. Go through the grieving process of losing your dog and having those memories with that specific dog and start a new relationship, right? It's like Tom Brady, because he's so wealthy, he can say, but I want that dog and I'm going to get that dog because I'm Tom Bleepin' Brady and I got all the money in the world to make that dog come back into my life.
I mean, he's got to do something with all that money Fox is paying
That's what
him.
I was saying earlier. At some point, you're just going, what should I do with this stack of money?
When do you think was the last time Tom Brady didn't get exactly as he wished?
Well, when Giselle left him, I think is pretty much the obvious one there.
And that one is probably the only thing you can't truly control to the degree he has been able to control everything else in his life. There's another human there with their own thoughts and their own beliefs. Aside from that, he wants it, he gets it.
I'm pretty controlled.
Are you saying you get what you want or you don't get what you want?
He gets what she wants.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yes.
I think that's what our guy is saying.
I would argue that that's probably the dynamic in a lot of relationships, Stu.
Yes, I would agree.
Yeah. So Tom Brady cloned his dog. It came out yesterday, and the internet and the reaction was bananas, as warranted. Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on after this. Stick around.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound 4394. Well, technically coming out of the Mitchell interchange, we do have a broken down vehicle off on the left, left shoulder as you're making your way through the Plainfield curve. It's going to be tight all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound on 43, backing up from Good Hope Road down towards Bender, and then back on the brakes from Hampton down to about Locust. Westbound 94, heavy from just before 27th Street, pretty much all the way to Mitchell Boulevard. More backups out of the Zoo interchange to the county County line. Eastbound's backed up from the zoo all the way to Hawley Road. Traffic is brought to you by Life Navigators Soap and Suds Drive. Your donation of body wash, hand soap, or laundry pods will help local kids and adults with disabilities stay healthy all year. Learn more at lifenavigators.org. And check the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today. Partly cloudy skies, windy, a high of 56. Tonight, clear and cool, low of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Now's the time to plan your total experience getaway to the Island Resort and Casino. With over 450 hotel rooms and a luxurious spa, relax in style before diving into non-stop casino action. Watch your favorite teams on the big screens and enjoy great food and drinks at T. McSee Sports Bar, or savor top-tier dining at Horizon Steakhouse. Then amp up your night with live music and comedy. Head to where the big game, big wins, and big fun come together. The Island Resort and Casino.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
Hey Tom, I want a new hoop for the kids. Any ideas?
Yeah, I got mine from Precision Sports over 10 years ago. They helped me choose the right hoop, installed it, and even painted my court lines.
Nice. How do I reach them?
Easy. PrecisionSportsOnline.com for a free quote.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
So I'm like, all right, the call. All right, I'm like, because I'm, afraid of my wife. And I just tried to spin it, which I sold half of it.
I'm here to tell you that we are closing a Scranton branch.
I don't understand.
The board voted last night to close your branch.
On whose authority?
I sold it with anger.
I want to hear the spin
I'm like,
job.
you
What's
kidding
the
me?
spin
Waste
job?
sucks. You sent me to the wrong place, went downtown, couldn't find it. Oh, and I smashed my windshield.
Are you okay?
Yeah, great. Amazing. Best physical condition of my life.
What did Jan want?
Nothing. Just checking in.
Wait, you tried to bury it? You tried to bury it?
Well, what would you do? Yeah, I can't come right. I'm like, if I came right out with it, I wouldn't have been able to talk anymore. So I had to. She knew I was, quite upset.
I can't tell you.
What can't you tell me?
Nothing. Pam, what difference does it make? We'll be gone in a few weeks anyway.
What?
What?
Michael, what's going on?
Listen up, everybody. I have some news. All I can do right now is put on a brave face and go out there and be their leader. It's over.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara.
And we know it's on you. But what are you going to do about it going forward? Take a listen to Matt LaFleur reacting to his decision to go for it on 4th and 8 on Sunday.
Hindsight's 20/20. I wish we would have taken the points. Didn't do that there. Bad decision.
Okay, so yes, we all agree that yes, it was a bad decision. We appreciate the head coach acknowledging as such. Does feel like we'd like to see less bad decisions going forward. That's just human nature. But this has been an interesting detail of that 4th and 8 critical play. The personnel on the field. Gabe, do you have it in front of you?
The personnel on the field for the Green Bay Packers on 4th and 8. It's not going to make you happy. Emmanuel Wilson at running back, which is fine. Whatever, 4th and 8, that's not going to bother you. The tight end was John Fitzpatrick. Now, at that point, Tucker Kraft was already injured and out. Then the wide receivers, Malik Heath, Savion Williams, and Romeo Doubs. Worth noting that Matthew Golden was also injured and out of the game at this point. But still, Malik Heath, Savion Williams, Romeo Doubs, and John Fitzpatrick were the primary pass-catching options for the Packers when they decided to go for it on 4th and 8.
What were those 5 doing on the field in a critical moment, Chew?
That I don't know, because I know back in the day, if Jeff Thomason was in, if Travis Jervey was in, the position coaches are saying on 4th and 8, where it's a very important play coming towards, his third quarter, Chew get in there, Dorsey get in there, Christian Watson get in there. I just don't know if these coaches have the authority.
Well,
I just,
but Chewy, okay, if let's say they decided to go tempo, and that was the personnel that ran the terrible screenplay. They used a timeout.
Yeah, I know.
They tried to get lined up, couldn't do it, used a timeout, and went, yep, that's the group we're going to go out there with.
I don't know. I
and again, it goes back to if the issue I have with going forward on 4th and 8, there just doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason as to why he does it.
I don't get it from the standpoint of like, do the position coaches have any power, or do they know what the hell's going on?
I mean, I guess
you have your best players in there.
I can't help but wonder, guys, if this is a product of this. Everybody gets an orange slice. Everybody's going to play. Everybody's going to get snaps. We're so lucky. We have the luxury of having all of these players who can cycle in and cycle out. And if he is blinded by that perceived dynamic, this idea that everybody out there from a pass catching standpoint, Gabe, is somehow equal. And we know that's not the case.
But the problem is, I guess you're only substituting one of those wide receivers out because of how beat up you were at the position, right?
So who would you have off the field? Malik
Christian
Heath?
Watson.
Taking Savion Williams off?
Yeah, I mean, my guess is Christian should be in there for Malik. And Savion ends up running the slot on whatever play that they really happen to like. But when you're beat up like that, I think of the 2015 divisional round game that they had against Arizona. Aaron Rodgers completes that unbelievable Hail Mary pass to Jeff Janis. And at the time, I remember watching that game going, they should just go for 2. Like, it is a damn miracle that they scored a touchdown here to potentially do this. Let's not go to overtime, try to win this thing now. The problem is the Packers were so beat up at the wide receiver position. Like, Randall Cobb went out throughout the course of that game. They had another injury. They just didn't have anybody available where McCarthy felt like, well, the 2 plays we put in this week, I don't have enough healthy bodies to run them, so they couldn't do it. When you have the injuries to Tucker Kraft, when you have the injury to Matthew Golden, and this is the personnel that you're running out there with, again, I don't think I feel much better about this group going forward on 4th and 8, Chew, if I substitute out Malik Heath for Christian Watson. I don't feel that much better about it. I think you have to be able to go, hey.
Really?
This is our group. Let's just take the points here. No, because he hasn't played enough at this point, Chew. Like,
but it's
they haven't used him. They haven't used him for anything other than like, oh, hey, go deep, we'll throw it to you. And when you're at the 13-yard line, that play doesn't work for Christian Watson.
Your windows are so tight in the red zone that speed is very important because, there's situations going up to the line, Gabe, that you may be the number 1 receiver on the play, but when they line up formationally, coverage-wise, you're not getting the ball, but you have to influence a safety to open it up for another guy. That's why you want so much speed, because things happen so much quicker in the red zone. It's just like Luke Musgrave over Fitzmagic Light. I don't care what kind of receiver it is. I just know that Luke Musgrave is going to get there quicker and influence a safety or a corner or whoever the hell it is, because the windows are so tight. It's just, and Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson's fine. Josh Jacobs is a better Wilson. Would you agree?
So you're saying the sum of the parts. If you
they're about the
substitute
same.
a few of those guys out, the sum of the parts you think might have made it a little bit more likely that the play would be successful. I do like this comment from Jim H. on the YouTube stream. He says, Mike Wall showed why the 4th and 8 didn't work. The right side of the offensive line got caved in, and as he put it, it turned into a scramble drill. And I did watch the Mike Wall breakdown. You can find that online as well. I believe he's part of the Pack-A-Day podcast group. I understand that, but if you're in a scramble drill, you know what you like to have downfield? A guy like Christian Watson, right? Mm-hmm. If you're in a scramble drill, Chew, I'd like to have a big target like that downfield that I can just heave it up to, chuck it up to. And the other thing that bothered me about the 4th and 1, I know we talked about this briefly, but I wanted to get into this a little bit as well, was LaFleur said he checked with staffers that there was a 1% difference in win probability between going for it on 4th and 8 from the 13 early in the 4th, down 7, and kicking the field goal. Said he understands there was a lot of time left, but they thought they had a play that could score. But we saw a probability chart that did show that it was very similar, right, Joshy? The probability chart that you showed us was very similar to the 1% that Matt LaFleur quoted. The problem was the success rate was vastly different. The success rate between the field goal attempt and the go for it was 96% success rate for the field goal attempt, 34% for the go for it. And Gabe, I said, as you're making that decision, don't you have to take that into account, the success rate?
Yeah, and I think you got to take into account how you've really failed in the red zone throughout the course of that day as well.
I was just going to say that. That's why these analytics are so flippin' stupid. They're so dumb, you know? Gabe, they are. When you have a wedge and you shoot a 72, right, and you're zinging it, the next day you're scrambling to shoot an 85, and you just don't have the same feel. This offense sucked all day long. The pass game was never in flow, so you got to throw those analytics out. Now, if this was the Pittsburgh game, Jen, yeah, absolutely. Feeling it, feel good, got it, confident. This team, this offense was not good in this game, and you have to account for that. Sometimes you have to use your eyes, right?
Well, but that's what LaFleur did.
Yeah.
Well, his eyes should have told him to kick the ball.
The analytics were against it. The analytics said you should have kicked the field goal.
Yeah. And that's my problem with.
But the problem with the analytics, it doesn't count for Tucker Kraft out. It doesn't count for Golden out.
Well, and there's one other detail that people in the Carbless Talking text line are trying to remind us of. Watson was in the tent being checked for a concussion until the end of that drive. He was not on the field because the Sky Judge took him out to look at a concussion. That from Justin in Jacksonville and our buddy Joe in the 414.
And then you know what you do.
You kick the field goal.
You kicked the field goal.
Well, yeah, I mean, they should have kicked the field goal. And again, it comes back to that. It comes to me, I wish Matt LaFleur had something more than, it's just a gut instinct when deciding to go for it on 4th down. Because again, his gut instinct seems to be wrong. Didn't want to go for it 2 weeks ago against Arizona. Was going to kick the field goal until Jordan Love came off the field with the look, and then he decided to burn a timeout. They go for it, pick it up, go on to win the game. And then his gut tells him this time to go for it, when he should have kicked it.
It's hard to envision a 7th-year head coach with more experience having a worse gut. His gut continues to mislead him and has all season long.
I wonder what Bisaccia told him. Yeah, go for it. What the hell?
Wait, is that why Andy Reid's so good at it? Because he actually has a gut?
It'll be fine. Maybe not.
Will it? No, but will it be fine?
Hey, I'm taking Green Bay, okay? I'm taking Green Bay over Philly. I'm not waffling 24-21. Okay?
I hope you're right. But again, I think it just comes down to, for Matt LaFleur, it's just, I think it's easier for your team. And maybe, Chewy, you guys didn't go for it as much back in the day. Like, teams just never went for it the way they do now. Right? Like, I've got a feeling that because nobody went for it back in the 90s, like Holmgren's kicking that field goal 11 times out of 10, right?
Yeah.
But you guys probably still had a feel of when you were going to go for it and when you weren't. And I think that kind of, when LaFleur doesn't know, it's hard for the players to mentally prepare what they're going to do in certain situations.
I mean, the fact that he had to call a timeout should have been like a wake-up call, like ding, 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 ding. Something doesn't feel right. You can look at analytics all you want, but going back to the gut, if you don't feel it in your gut, you're like, 4th and 8 is not 4th and 3 or 4th and 4.
Well, and again, if it's 4th and 3,
is hard enough to do.
Yeah, if it was 4th and 3, if they would have gotten 0 yards on the terrible screen that they called on 3rd down, I understand going for it. But once you lose those 5 yards, okay, we just got to kick.
On 4th and 3, would you rather have Jacobs in there or Wilson?
If you're throwing the ball the way they were, it doesn't matter.
So you don't think they would have tried to run it with Jacobs for 4th and 3?
Yeah, but then I think that's a possibility, but there's 40 seconds on the play clock. They got more than enough time to get the different personnel out there.
The additional factor here, especially with the way Matt LaFleur likes to design plays, they're on the 13. The boundary and the end zone line is an extra defender for them. I mean, we saw it come into play when Romeo Doubs got pushed out of bounds and then couldn't be the first one to touch it. Like, that's not the place to try and stretch the field because it's very condensed down there, and you've had a problem all year long with passing in the red zone because teams use that extra defender of the end line every single time.
4th and 3, I would have ran play action to number 8.
Yep, good job.
Josh Jacobs.
And thrown the ball to Romeo Doubs, right? That's Dobbs' thing. Possession receiver gets it, first down, move the chains. We're still in business.
And on that note, we'll take a break on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects, and we are pretty good at handling the little things around our house, but we certainly cannot handle the big things, like when our balcony was leaking water into our kitchen, like when the woodpecker was drilling holes into our siding, and of course, when we wanted to renovate our basement to get more space for our family. So we called the team over at Professional Construction Inc. Mike and Michelle operate a family-owned company. They believe in building relationships and doing exceptional work on your projects. Every once in a while, I'll go down to the basement, straighten up what the kids have done down there, or just flip off some lights because, kids leave the lights on. And I look around and go, man, PCI really did a great job on our basement. I am so thankful for the extra space that they gave our family. If you're in that position, or maybe you're thinking about building a new home, or you've got a remodel project, the PCI team is here for you. Check out their website, professionalconstructioninc.com. There, you might just see pictures of our basement project. Take a look at what they were able to do for us. It's professionalconstructioninc.com, professionalconstructioninc.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, 94 eastbound is delayed, basically from 84th Street to Hawley Road. After that, it opens right up. You're good to go into the Marquette. Westbound 94 is cleared out nicely. We're looking good between the Marquette interchange all the way to the zoo. We do have a little bit of an issue on northbound 4394. It slows down right around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound on 41, backing up from the county line to Good Hope Road, and then again right past Hampton. Northbound is slowing down just north of Watertown Plank Road all the way out past Burleigh. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy skies, windy with a high of 56. Tonight, clear and cool, a low of 35. Weather's brought to you by Wisconsin Indoor Golf Center in Waukesha. Play over 2,000 courses, including the famous one with the Green Jackets. Book your bay at wisconsinindoorgolfcenter.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
From the biggest stars to the greatest moments. Behind the Bucks is Bucks history, like you've never heard it before. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
Something exciting is happening at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. On the second floor, you'll find the Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, Milwaukee's destination for bold flavors, fresh sushi, seasonal entrees, and cocktails crafted with care. Start your day with a breakfast that fuels you, stop in for dinner that sparks conversation, or linger late into the evening with drinks designed to inspire. With flavors and drinks for every mood, the Studio is the perfect place to gather, celebrate, and connect. Be boldly social. The Studio Kitchen and Cocktails, now on the second floor at St. Kate the Arts Hotel.
Crisp air, cozy sweaters, and a home that's actually ready for fall. Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Don't let your home be the only thing falling apart this season. Visit extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. That's extpros.com or call 262-800-4274. Exterior Pros and Baths, because your house deserves a little sweater weather too.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
The Previent Law Firm wanted to streamline their document printing. The firm's office manager, Chris Wilms.
And then I sat down with our rep, and he helped us find a better solution that would be cost-effective.
James Imaging Systems Managed Print Services Program. All your print technology bundled under one program that includes parts, supplies, and service, all for one low cost per print.
Right, a better solution to help us save money over the long term.
And there's flexibility should your business needs change.
Yes, so that again is where we get the value of our money to readjust it, to go and update our contracts.
Chris, sounds like you might be willing to recommend managed print services from James Imaging Systems to other businesses.
Oh, I definitely would tell them James Imaging.
James Imaging Systems, managed print services, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700. 262-781-7700. James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
A freaking catapult attached to his right hip. Like, I just made that up. A catapult.
That was good.
I kind of liked it. I was rolling with it, Rob.
Like a slingshot? What's the use of?
I'm calling him old catapult leg from here on out.
On 94.5 ESPN.
St. Nick meets St. Kate. Hey, it's Jen Latta letting you know that the holidays are in full swing at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, where every celebration shines a little bit brighter. Browse unique gifts at the holiday marketplace, gather for unforgettable Christmas Eve and Christmas Day dining, and, of course, there's brunch with Santa, a family favorite filled with joy, treats, and holiday magic. Celebrate the season at St. Kate the Arts Hotel. Visit stkatearts.com/holidays for all of the magical details. We touched on this a little bit earlier in the show, but want to give it a deep dive here. Asante Samuel. You're hearing that noise. You're hearing buzz on social media. You're hearing that the Packers have shown interest in him. As far as veteran cornerbacks work, he's a veteran cornerback. Like, as far as they go, he's a veteran cornerback. He's 33 years old, guys, at this point. And I'm not saying that he has no gas left in the tank.
Who?
What?
Who's 33?
Oh, that's what we have here. How old is Asante Samuel Jr.?
26.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a big difference. 26 years old, Asante Samuel Jr., but it's the neck injury that I think most people are concerned about.
Yeah, so he had spinal fusion surgery, only played 4 games last year, and he was finally cleared for football activity recently. And according to Justice Mosqueda, who ended up having he had a report. I know that Matt Schneidman over at The Athletic also said the Packers are interested in looking into Asante Samuel Jr. It's just a situation where, okay, he hasn't played football in forever. He is coming off of a very, tough surgery. Obviously, that kept him out after only playing 4 games last year until now. But Asante Samuel Jr. is also trying to dictate where he goes, because he had that injury on the last year of his rookie deal. He's looking to cash in. He wants to go somewhere where he can start and potentially get his value up and sign. I mean, I doubt it would be a big money contract, but a bigger money contract that would be at least have some length to it at the end of the season. So he's trying to find that perfect situation for himself.
Does that seem delusional a little bit, Chew?
I just don't understand it. I mean, let me ask you guys this. Who's a better player, Asante Samuel Jr. or Jermichael Finley?
Finley
Shouldn't take that long.
Yeah, but shoot, I know you're hung up on this, man.
Nick Collins or Asante Samuel
Yeah, but Nick Collins
Jr.?
Retired. It's not like they didn't give him, Nick Collins retired. It was a real... Chewy, he would have played somewhere else if he could have, right? Nick Collins would have. Same thing with Jermichael Finley. Like, they would have played
Finley
elsewhere.
wanted to, and no one would have touched him with a 10-foot pole.
Correct,
Gabe.
because I think his surgery. I think his injury is slightly different.
Surgery.
Yes,
they
it
take
is.
a bone out of your hip and remove one of your vertebrae and insert bone into your neck. It is about as serious a surgery you can have as a football player.
I understand that, Chew, but I'm also saying that teams did not, like you said, teams weren't interested in signing the other two that you mentioned. It seems like teams are interested in signing Asante Samuel Jr. So I take that as this, while it is a similar surgery, it's not as serious as what those two dealt with. Still serious, but because teams would not, like you said, would not touch those guys, but are willing to look into Asante Samuel Jr., it makes me think that it's not as serious as what those guys went through.
I mean, a fusion is a fusion is a fusion, Gabe. If you had
then why are teams interested in signing him? Why are teams going to work him out and go through the process?
I don't know. All I'm knowing is I know the protocol of the Green Bay Packers when it comes to necks. Okay? I'm walking proof, Gabe.
Yeah, I know that. Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it would be a total pivot for me in policy to sign this guy. And I'm wondering why.
Again, I mentioned this. Is it not a little bit aggressive of him to say, I want to dictate terms of where I go, I want X money, da-da-da-da-da, when there's so much risk involved with bringing a player like this back?
He wants to go somewhere where he can start so he could potentially this next offseason raise his value because he wants to be able to cash in on a second contract. That's what he's looking for. He knows he's not going to be able to dictate money. He's going to get whatever the minimum is for the rest of the season wherever he goes, and he's hoping he can play well enough in opportunities, potentially as a starter, to raise his value to sign a contract.
Well, I would argue that Green Bay should be attracted to him then because of how the cornerbacks have performed. You know, if you're Asante Samuel Jr., don't you think you can beat Carrington Valentine out for the cornerback position? Don't you think you could compete with Keyshawn Nixon for the cornerback position?
I would think so, but I also don't know who else is interested. And as we've discussed, cornerback play is not very good across the league, so I'm guessing there are going to be multiple teams that are interested in Asante Samuel Jr. I don't think that this is a slam dunk for the Packers by any stretch of the imagination. And plus, take the neck thing out of it, Chew. If you haven't played football in
it takes you a while.
Year, and because again, we talked about this with Christian Watson, and with Christian, at least he had played football in the last 10 months. I mean, we're getting close to a year and 2 months that this guy hasn't played football.
I mean, he ain't going to tackle. I can tell you that.
How long does it take for your body to get?
You remember Jair when he hurt his shoulder? He wasn't the same player, right? Remember, he would not stick his head in there at all. And when we played Dion, I don't know if I've already said this, but when we played Dion, we're running at him. I mean, if you saw how Dion played the run, you'd laugh. You'd laugh. And you kind of don't blame the guy because you couldn't throw the ball at him.
I was about to say, when you're as good as he is at the other thing.
He literally would just run away and be like, I don't want anything to do with a run play. I just get paid for pass.
I don't want to oversimplify this, guys, but in my experience, Green Bay Packers have not been a risk team, a team that sits there and takes big risks. And I know you're saying, Gabe, that there's interest in him, so you believe that he is healthy and that, you think he'll be able to contribute and be productive on a team. But man, if that neck injury is not good, that's a huge gamble and a huge risk.
Is it, though?
I feel like it is.
You sign, to me, it's low risk, high reward.
Really?
Because let's say the neck injury is a big deal. What did it cost you? A prorated minimum contract from here to the end of the year?
I just turned my mic off. You have to guarantee he starts, which, again, he very well may win the competition.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and maybe nobody's willing to guarantee that he starts, right? Like, just because he wants that doesn't mean he's going to get it. But if he's not good enough, he's not good enough.
I would say any defensive coordinator worth his salt is not going to say, absolutely, you can come in and start. No questions asked, right? It's going to be, you got to go through the process. Jobs, you got to win that job.
And again, let's say he signs somewhere tomorrow. Would you say early December is the best case scenario for him playing? Like, no matter where he goes.
Yeah, it'll be another Parsons thing. But corners, it's pretty intense. Yeah. It'd be a little while.
If you're looking to bring more organization and beauty to your home, I can't recommend Closets by Design enough. I've worked with Doug and his team in Mequon for the past few months. They helped design a warm, incredible space for my closet. And here's what really stood out during the process, guys. The personal attention. They heard me as I was talking about the anxiety that being in my closet was creating, all of these things, nothing with a real place. Made me feel like I don't want to even be in here. But they said, here's what we can do. We can give you this section for these things. We can give you this section for these things. How about this area for your dresses? Yes, all of those details made a huge difference in the process. They offer a no-obligation in-home consultation, custom designs, and the best value in the industry. So if you are like me and you're ready to get organized, call Closets by Design in Mequon and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Southbound 43 is going to be backed up from just south of Hampton all the way down to Locust. Northbound's looking pretty good, though. Eastbound 94, watch for backups from 84th Street to Hawley Road. Westbound's going to be slow from just west of Highway 100 all the way past Elm Grove Road. Northbound 41 slowing down from Watertown Plank Road all the way up past Burleigh, and the southbound side is backed up from the county line to Good Hope Road. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, partly cloudy, windy, and a high of 56. Tonight, clear and cool, low of 35. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Hey, it's Jen Latta, and I just had my walk-in closet redesigned by Closets by Design. Doug and his team in Mequon were amazing from the first consultation to the final install, and now I have a beautiful, organized space for all of my clothes. They really brought my vision to life. Locally owned with the backing of a trusted national brand, they deliver expert design with a personal touch. Get 40% off plus an extra 15% off and take advantage of 18-month free financing. Visit closetsbydesign.com or call 1-800-BY-DESIGN. And don't forget to tell them Jen from Jen Gabe and Chewy sent you.
This fall, make 3rd Street Market Hall your one-stop, must-stop destination to eat, drink, and play. 3rd Street Market Hall has over 15 locally owned food vendors, a self-service beer wall featuring 30 Wisconsin breweries, over 50 HD TVs, and happy hour specials all week. The perfect place to work remotely or catch a game between meetings or over lunch. 3rd Street Market Hall is your home away from home or office. Visit 3rdstreetmarkethall.com for menus, events, and more information.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Are you looking for reliable transportation this holiday season? I've got you covered. Hey, it's Jen Latta from ESPN Milwaukee. With holiday parties, family gatherings, and year-end events on the horizon, I trust Accutrans Group to handle all my private transportation needs. Whether it's a corporate function or a festive celebration, Accutrans gets me there safely and on time. As a veteran-owned business, they pride themselves on top-notch service that you can count on. Booking is easy, stress-free, and reliable. Just visit AccuTransGroup.com to reserve your holiday ride today. That's AccuTransGroup.com.
Is it time to buy an engagement ring?
Or a big anniversary diamond?
Kessler's has diamonds that come from diamond mines.
And we also have diamonds that come from plasma chambers.
When you see the size of the diamond you can afford when you look at our high-tech newborn created diamonds,
you're going to be happy, happy, happy.
And with approved credit, our financing plans make anything possible.
Our selection of engagement rings is beyond compare.
And our custom design department can modify any ring in any way you choose.
Anyone who says they can give you a better ring
or a better diamond
or a better price
has never been to Kessler's.
And our miraculous no small print warranty says,
if you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed.
It's just that simple.
And all maintenance is free forever.
No charge.
Yes, it really is that miraculous.
You found a partner you want to share your life with.
When you're ready to celebrate,
we've got a diamond for that.
Find the Kessler's nearest you at KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can answer the question.
What's the question?
Can the Packers win without Aaron Jones on Sunday?
Yes. Will you stop? You know what he is? He's like the little devil on the shoulder.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, where we always love having guests join us in studio. And today we are joined by Hillary Kreckling, Vice President of Operations at Cousins Sub. What are you going to say? We don't like?
Especially when they bring us food. Like, we especially love it when people join us in studio and they bring us food.
I thought that was a rule. I thought you can't join us in studio unless you bring us food. I thought we had established that already.
I mean, well, Craig did that last week. He missed it on Friday.
He brought in food?
He brought in cake. He brought in leftover billionaire cake from Wes Eden's birthday.
Our reputation precedes us. People know that you have to bring food in order to hang out with us in studio. Lots of things to get to here with Cousins Subs, but I want to start with this. We do the free subs for a year sweepstakes. It is so fun. It's Cousins, it's ESPN Milwaukee, and I always love that we get to do a drum roll here on the show. So today we are excited to announce the winner of the free subs for a year sweepstakes. Everybody get ready. Hillary, who's the big winner?
It is Macy Freeland from West Dallas.
To date, Cousin Subs has received more than 50,000 entries from guests looking to satisfy their local cravings all year long. If you would like to be eligible for free subs for a year, just go to cousinsubs.com/free subs. All right, the one thing I saw on here, and I think we always need to talk about it this time of year, is the holiday catering and gift card promotion. Holidays, of course, right around the corner. Why should people use Cousins to handle their holiday festivities?
It's just, we make it so easy for people. We have party boxes that can feed, we have 12-piece, 20-piece. You have 5 different things that you can get in there. And the store does a good job at just being able to make it. So when you're at a party, you just grab and go. So it's so easy. We also offer party packs where there's big bags of chips and dozen cookies. So it really is just like a one-stop shop for people. So during the holidays, you're running around everywhere. You got so much going on. It really is helpful. Also for offices, we have box lunches where individual subs, chip, cookie inside there. So yeah, it's a great thing.
All right, Hillary, you're the vice president of operations at Cousins Subs. How long have you been at Cousins?
I have been a part of Cousins since I was 4 years old.
Wow.
Whoa. And I thought Gabe starting here when he was 16 was a big deal.
I know.
But there's some labor laws they have to work around there.
Yeah, the 90s. We didn't have those then.
Relax.
But I've worked for the support center for 10 years. So I was in the training department. Then I was an area director in ops, director of ops, and now I'm the VP of Ops. Wildly. I'm grateful every day for that.
So, again, why Cousin Subs? Why is that such an important part of your life?
It's an important part of my life because, well, one, my parents were franchisees, and, they when franchising was happening in the early 90s, they didn't have enough money to own a store. So it's actually a beautiful story that my godmother, who also had a franchise, took out a loan literally to give to my parents so that we could have a better life. They paid all those people back, owned 3 stores. So I came from the roots of there. And so that's what it means a lot to me. I wouldn't have the life I had growing up without Cousins. However, I love working for Cousins because we have the best employees, the best people who work here, and we give back. And I love giving back to the community. I love feeling like I do more. We sell subs, super simple, but there's just so much that we do, and it puts a light in me every day.
Well, it's a great segue to this, the Roundup campaign results. October Roundup campaign did wrap up, and thanks to the generosity of all of Cousins' guests, you guys raised a record-breaking how much to support the Make It Better Foundation?
$22,000.
Awesome. Those funds will help provide grants to local nonprofits and scholarships to students all across Wisconsin, supporting your 3 key focus areas: health and wellness, hunger relief, and youth education. You mentioned Cousins giving back to the community. I'm sure that is a big part of why it feels good to be a part of this organization.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I loved hanging out with Tori Lowe recently, because I know that passion is there too. And for the amount that we raised, which thank you to our guests who helped complete that, our last record was $14,000. So it really took off.
Wait, so $22,000 just for people going, yeah, I'll round up to the nearest dollar over the course of a month?
Right. I know.
That's just a couple of dimes here and there, and you guys got $22,000. That's unbelievable.
Well, and it says since 2013, they've granted over $1.4 million to 250 local organizations and students through this Make It Better Foundation. So that pocket change, Gabe, to your point, certainly adds up.
Yeah, that's just unbelievable.
I know. It really is.
But, of course, we are this is ESPN Milwaukee, so we got to talk about the best seats in the house. What do we got going on there? It's always a great thing that you guys have going on with the Packers.
Yeah, so if you don't know, we have the best seats in the house literally over there at Lambeau. You can go on packers.com/best seats and complete an entry form. But what you get is you get 2 tickets to the game. You get leather recliners in the VIP section. It's right at the 50-yard line. If you've never seen them, it is really your own little area. You can get up and dance around there, too, if you want, when the Packers are doing well. You get a personal TV to watch all the replays. And then, of course, obviously, you get a meal from Cousin Subs. It's a once-in-a-lifetime experience, and I've never done it. So, so you're going to have to tell me how it is.
It's too valuable. How do people sign up for it?
You go to Packers.com, best seats, and that's how you do it.
Hillary joining us here in studio. Hillary Kreckling, Vice President of Operations for Cousins Subs. Lots of stuff to talk about. Cousins always has very exciting things going on. And I do see here, though, that you guys have an app update. Everything is on the app, right? I got a ton of apps on my phone between my kids and my work and all of my entertainment stuff. Cousins also has an app. What's the update?
So we took some feedback from our guests. There seems to be some opportunities that we had. And so in a few weeks, we're going to upgrade it. And with the update, will just be a little bit cleaner. It's really beautiful. And it will show you actually how many points you have. Right now, it shows how many points you have until the next reward. So showing just exactly what you have, that might have been a little confusing in the past. So it's just easier to earn, track, and redeem rewards. And then the other cool part is we're adding some new tiers for what you can earn with the rewards. So making it a little easier to earn all different things instead of having a structure that's, I don't know, boring.
And if you're one of these people who likes free food, if you're not a Cousins Club member yet, now's the time to join because you'll get a free 7.5-inch sub after your first qualifying purchase. That sounds like something Homer would be into. Homer's into the points.
I'm
Homer's
sure
into the apps.
I'm
Homer's
guarantee
always
he already
into...
has the app. I guarantee he has the app for every place that he goes to. Yeah, so I guarantee Homer has the app.
And the point there is, if Homer can do it, if Homer can manage it, if Homer can figure it out, y'all can too.
And then finally, so crispy chicken, it's still around.
Yeah.
Last time you guys came in, we sampled it. So you guys always bring one in for me. That's what I got this time. I got to imagine you're getting really good feedback on the crispy chicken, whether it's the tenders, whether it's the subs.
Yes, both. So the subs, we took off right from the jump, and we are selling a lot. Right now, what's very interesting is the side pieces, like the 3-piece and the 5-piece, are what's really holding strong right now. So it's like what we think it is those families coming in who maybe usually didn't come because they didn't have the options available for, the kid who can only eat chicken tenders. My stepson is the same way. So we see that going, and right now we're deciding if it's going to be a full-time menu option. We're even looking into possibly having like a snack wrap.
Oh, wow.
So using chicken in all different ways. So yeah, it's been very successful, and if you haven't tried it, you should. It's great.
All right, Hillary, before we let you go, I don't know if you're a pet person or not.
Absolutely am.
Fantastic. This is great for you then. Did you hear the news yesterday that Tom Brady cloned his dog?
No.
Well, that was
a true story. It's a thing that actually happened.
Can you tell me more?
That's pretty much the details that we have.
What else do you want to know?
He had a dog. He lost a dog. He brought the dog back.
What?
Well, he cloned the dog, but he can't really bring the dog back because, again, it's a
But don't you think that's what he was trying to do, right? By cloning your previous dog, you're trying to get as close to that version of the animal as possible. Obviously, this is a rich person problem, right?
Also, this is a Black Mirror episode, I'm pretty sure. And if you haven't seen it, it's very similar to this, except with people. But so that's very interesting.
So you're out on cloning of the dog, then?
I love my dog. Her name's Zelda. She's 4.
First of all, great name. Fantastic name.
Thank you.
You mentioned growing up in the 90s, so
Yep. And it's not Zelda Fitzgerald. It's a little embarrassing when I have to explain that. Oh, no, it's the Nintendo 64.
Of course it is.
But yeah, ask me in 5 years when she's old. Right now. But I don't know. Is it really your dog then?
No, it's not the same dog.
I know.
It's just
I don't think I'm with it then. I'm sorry, Mr. Brady.
And doesn't it put a lot of expectations on that cloned dog?
Yeah.
Hey, I created you so that you would be very similar to the previous dog. It's like when you name your kid Junior. I'm always like, putting an awful lot of pressure on that kid to live up to your name.
Yeah, you're not really living it out to the senior level, Junior. It's the same thing. Yeah, totally. And like I said, it's like the Black Mirror, because that's what ended up coming out of that episode was hey, you don't have the same mannerisms that person learned throughout their life to have.
Because you didn't
so
have the
are
same
you
experiences.
Really this person or not? So,
Joshy brought that up earlier this morning as well. Yeah, but Tom Brady, he's got all that money, so you got to do something with it.
Yeah. Oh, Poor him. What's he going to come up with next?
When's Tom Brady going to get a break? Hillary, thanks for hanging out with us here in studio. Hillary Kreckling, Vice President of Operations at Cousins Sub. It's always a pleasure to see you, and thank you for the grub. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this.
If you feel like you're running on empty, Mentality Health is here to help. Local healthcare facilities specializing in helping men feel and perform at their very best. So go book your appointment today, mentalityhealth.com/radio, and you get a board-certified physician giving you a full physical consultation and blood panel analysis all during your first visit. And then if your testosterone levels are low, Mentality can help. Your energy can come roaring back, belly fat burns off, muscle strengthens. But probably most important, you start to feel like yourself again. You're confident, driven, ready to tackle life. So don't let low testosterone hold you back. Be your best for you and your family. Go to mentalityhealth.com/radio, mentalityhealth.com/radio, and book your appointment today.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Big ideas deserve a big story and the right audience. At Saturn Lounge, we bring your marketing to life with branding, websites, digital marketing, and video storytelling that stands out from the crowd. Whether it's a TV spot, a campaign, or content built to connect, Saturn Lounge is where strategy meets creativity. From the first spark of an idea to the final cut, we're here to make your message shine across every platform. Ready to make your marketing a success? Step into the spotlight with Saturn Lounge, your launchpad for bigger, better marketing. To tell the world your story, visit SaturnLounge.com today.
At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935, 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
You want in on the autumn action at Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee? Of course you do. With $300,000 in prizes, who wouldn't? November 1st through the 20th, play with your rewards card for entries. Thursdays, pick your win from a prize board. At the end of the night, all leftover prizes go to one winner in a jackpot drawing. Autumn action. It's going down at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
There's nothing like Milwaukee Bucks basketball at Fiserv Forum. The dunks, the defense, the roar of 17,000 fans. It's even better when you're with friends or family. From jaw-dropping plays to buzzer-beating threes, every game is packed with unforgettable moments that you'll get to share together. So gather your crew and get your single game tickets today at bucks.com/single. That's bucks.com/single.
Hey sports fans, looking to level up your next private event? V Private Bar Services is your game changer. Move beyond the ordinary. V Private Bar Services crafts custom cocktails tailored to your brand and your guests' tastes. Imagine a bar experience that's as unique as your business. Our expert mixologists will create a memorable experience that your clients and team will rave about. From signature cocktails to full-service bars, we've got you covered. Be the MVP of your next event. Visit vprivatebar.com to book today.
Without an Advent clinic nearby, people suffering needlessly from chronic nasal congestion and sinus infections would be stuck with either Band-Aid or sledgehammer solutions. Band-Aids are pills or nasal sprays, and they're not true solutions. Surgery is a sledgehammer, and that's what we're trying to avoid. Because most people don't need surgery for nose and sinus issues, nor do they want a 14-day recovery. Our unique Advent approach can, in 20 minutes in our office, open your blocked nose for good, with only 1 day recovery. I'm Advent founder Dr. Kandula. Outside of Advent's four walls, invasive surgery is what they'll recommend. But here you will find effective and convenient in-office solutions to help you stop the need for Band-Aids and avoid the sledgehammer.
Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better. Most insurance accepted.
When storms hit or accidents happen, it's not just about property, it's about people. I'm Mandy Grimal-Lococo with Grimal and Associates Insurance. We help families bundle home, auto, and life coverage so you're never facing life's what-ifs alone. With the heavy rains we've seen in Milwaukee, we'll review your policy to be sure water backup, sump pump failures, and flood risks don't drain your wallet. Your home is more than walls and a roof, it's where life happens. At Grimal and Associates Insurance in Shorewood, we're here to protect your home, your family, and your peace of mind. Call us today at 414-332-0838.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's a lot of sodas now that are prebiotic sodas
They
as
don't
well.
work. They're called poop. No, they're really called poop, I think. You buy them on Amazon.
I thought you were going to stop talking.
You got a lot of rust in you. You know that?
On 94.5 ESPN.
There was a report that came out. Was it early this week? Was it last week? I feel like it was Monday, right?
Yeah, earlier this week, I think.
Oh, don't sound so downtrodden, Gabe. I know there's been an update that said that despite the season that the Wisconsin Badgers are having, Wisconsin fans come to party. Win or lose, we booze. That's the saying, right? So it said that the Wisconsin Badgers had sold the most alcohol as far as alcohol sales at stadiums go across the country. The Wisconsin Badgers were number one in your program, number one in your heart, and number one at the keg when it comes to who drinks the most. But Gabe has an update for us on that.
So Matt Brown, who is the one who put this story together after doing some requests across a number of states that have this, put together all the data. He tweeted out earlier this morning, breaking news. I deeply regret to inform all of you that my original story had the wrong data for Wisconsin. Here is the corrected alcohol sales charts after talking with the school. Your actual leader among my data is Nebraska.
So to be clear, Chew, we thought we were the winners. We thought we were the champs. And now we're 8th.
Tumbled down the charts. Can't even win off the field. Can't win on the field. Can't win off the field.
But in the Badger fans' defense, don't you have to be kind of drunk to watch this team?
I mean, yeah.
Well, apparently not drunk enough, okay? Try harder is what we're saying. Now, we understood, and this was our question when it first came out. We were like, this is insane considering how low the attendance has been this year, right? The product on the field has not been good. People have not been filling the stands. And so we were saying, wow, they're making fast work out of their drinking at Camp Randall because you don't have as many people. A lot of people are hanging out in the parking lots to drink before the games anyway. So we thought, wow, this is really impressive, all things considered. Turns out it was a pipe dream.
Yeah, behind Nebraska and Minnesota, Michigan, and Indiana in the Big Ten. In terms of drinking.
So I was just talking to my buddy a few minutes ago, and he informed me when it comes to recruiting, Minnesota has signed 4 Wisconsin kids, and Indiana has signed 2 Wisconsin kids.
Wow.
So here goes the exodus. Yeah. Can't even keep your own kids in state. Nice.
Well, I mean, we've kind of known that for a while, though. I mean, that's kind of been what's going on under Luke Fickell.
But, I mean, the kids that committed to Indiana or whatever, Gabe, those are probably pretty good players, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Indiana is.
I mean, I just looking at the numbers from a couple of years ago. I think they lost their top 3 offensive linemen. Because again, you're not going to be able to keep everybody, but you think of offensive linemen, that should be what Wisconsin's known for. I mean, they lost those guys to Penn State, to Notre Dame, and yeah, good players.
Well, it's not just your buddy. That article is on SportsIllustrated.com. Minnesota and Indiana landing more 2026 Wisconsin high school football recruits than the Badgers so far. Luke Fickell has just 1 in-state recruit committed to play for the Badgers. Minnesota and Indiana have a lot more.
What's your gut tell you that's what's going to happen at the end of the season?
Oh, he's sticking around.
I think we've already been told that.
Yeah, I mean, just about. There's been no indication that Luke Fickell's going anywhere. No indication.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten the vote of confidence from the athletic director. It doesn't look like the chancellor's doing anything about it. The biggest contributor in Ted Kellner is saying, I'm going to let the AD do his job, which I do appreciate. Like I appreciate Kellner not putting any pressure on because anytime you get that type of influence and power, it just seems to be that's when things go sideways, when boosters think, hey, I give this much money, I should be a part of this decision-making process. So I appreciate that from Kellner, but he's not applying pressure. To me, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere.
And not to oversimplify things, guys, but when you talk about Minnesota and when you talk about Indiana, obviously the resurgence that Indiana has had means that they're not going after bums. And you would say, a Division I program doesn't go after bums intentionally ever. Right, but a program like Indiana sort of gets what's left on the scrap heap, right? They get some of the guys who might not get the attention from the top-tier teams, that might not get the attention from the SEC, et cetera.
They're number 2 in the country.
That's what I was just going to say. But now, being number 2 in the country, being a top-tier program, they're getting the top-tier talent. People want to go to Indiana. It's not an afterthought. It's not I wanted to go to the SEC, but they didn't offer me, so I guess I'll settle for Indiana. So these Wisconsin players, and I believe there's 2 that are listed here in this article who have committed to Indiana, they're no slouches.
No,
this isn't just like guys who are getting lucky to get Division I offers because it's Indiana, right?
There was an article in the Journal-Sentinel today where they had reached out to a bunch of coaches in kind of the Milwaukee area in southeastern Wisconsin, just trying to figure out, hey, what is the relationship between the flagship school for football here in the state and high school coaches, because that's been a big talking point as of late. And it's kind of split in terms of how much they have been reaching out and how much they haven't been. When you kind of dive into this, so they were asked in here, one of the questions, Luke Fickell and Wisconsin football staff have made high school coaches and players in the state of Wisconsin a priority. Nobody strongly agreed, 3 agreed, 9 disagreed, 1 strongly disagreed.
Oh, that's not good.
So, I mean, that's just one of the survey questions. Again, the entire thing's available with the Journal-Sentinel today, but it was not good for Luke Fickell and the staff.
Can somebody send that article over to our friend Tim in the Fox broadcast booth? Can somebody send that article over to him? Because he thought that was so false. That was so these podcasters and their theories. Speaking of podcaster, you can listen to KBN on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee this afternoon. But Wilde and Tausch is next right here on ESPN Milwaukee.
Eastbound 94, we've got delays out of the Zoo Interchange all the way to about Hawley Road. Westbound slowing down from the Zoo Interchange all the way to